Gamers and ballers again, we are back at it with Shots Fired. This right here is season 2, episode 21 on July 21. 21 is my favorite number. I can't believe we're going to have this show for so long. And I'm so excited to have you on. What's good, my people on Twitch? Good to see y'all. I know some people are coming in right now. If you're in the chat, let me know you're watching from. My people on TikTok, I see the likes. Thank you. And also my people on YouTube. Let's see how long we got there. We got a couple people watching. I know we got some loyal customers. Man, it's been crazy these past couple of weeks. I mean, we've been changing the schedule left and right because FIBA season is now underway. Not only do we got FIBA 3x3 rocking the gear, and the reason why I'm rocking this is because we have a special guest. Can't wait to have him on, aka the Mountain. Bas Rosendaal is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we're going to talk about the FIBA Under 20 Europe Championships, which was insane. You know, we got a talent overload. I'm going to talk about him a little bit. Also, there's a deaf professional basketball league, and they're killing it. Get more information, and then we're going to the down under when it comes to the worldwide court. So again, everything's been going great. We've been traveling all over. Shout out to my people in Drive 3x3, Zaire Canton, Damon Huffman, Craig Moore, Paul Vitelli. We had a great time in Las Vegas. I may get into it in a little bit. Also, you already know about Singapore. Esports is now advancing their amazing, crazy pilgrimage to make NBA 2K into the Olympics, because NBA 2K24 has crossplay now. So ain't no more hiding, y'all. Hey, if you got Xbox, you got PlayStation, you gotta be able to ball. All right. Let's see everybody going on. Hey, what's up, Big Rama? I see you in the chat. What's good? I shout out people who come in the chat, and also my people on YouTube. Yeah, we gotta make sure we gotta put some bots. You know, people be bullies. People be bullies sometimes. All right. But anyway, this is episode 21 of Shots Fired, and you already know we're gonna start it off with talent overload, and this one's a little different. So let's go. Bam. All right, now, talent overload, as you already know, we try to find the hottest or most inspirational basketball player out there. Now, some of them might be playing the game. Some people might be doing things to the game to advance it. But this one right here had no idea he existed, and I'm so glad I got to follow his page. Let's see him on the screen right now. This man right here is William Gates, all right? Now, very special to us, because believe you me, this man is incredible. It's such a rare find to find someone so incredible as this guy, and I love it. You've probably seen him all over on the networks, and this, like I said, is William Gates, aka Disabled Shooter. Now, as you see, he has a rare disability, but he does not let his illness get in his way of who he believes he is. His illness doesn't define him. Now, what he has is arthrogryposis congenita, multiplex congenita. So arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, and basically it's a term. It's a variety of conditions involving multiple joint contractures or stiffness. A contracture condition in which the range of motion of a joint is limited. Now, this 21-year-old can actually ball. Like, yes, might be limited in what he can do, but he's a shooter for sure. Like, this man has that dead eye. Like, this dude works out every single day trying to get better at his game, and he doesn't let anything hold him back. I mean, playing basketball his entire life, he loves the game, and he's relentless. His pursuit of career, basically becoming the disabled shooter, all right? He's a YouTube sensation, he's an Instagram sensation, and I can't wait until he's worldwide. He has a great following, and we just want to get it bigger and bigger, especially what we're doing Shots Fired. Now, he spends his time training the gym, and it doesn't matter if his jump shot hits or not, it's still a workout. And you know what? It might be a little unconventional, and not as convinced, but as you can see here, he can knock it down. Like, this dude knows how to shoot. Look at that. With confidence, baby. Now, he does work on his shooting and dribbling at times, and the fact that other people stare at him doesn't affect him at all, because it's all in his state of mind. He knows what he's doing. He loves the game, and he's going to keep trying to get better. I mean, other than that, he trains in the gym like everyone else, all right? And he does push-ups, not minding his physical condition. So if he misses a layup, he's putting that 10 in. So all shot to you, homie. And he has incredible determination and always does hard work, and he never gives up. Now, that's just a lesson right there. I mean, look at that. I mean, the dude is everywhere on the court. Doesn't matter, indoor, outdoor, he balls out. And what I love about it is that he's spreading more awareness. I'm going to talk about what he's creating at the end of his segment, but what he does is just so inspirational. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you find these kids, you find these men, these women that still have the love for the game, but it's not stopping. Like, it doesn't stop him at all, which is amazing. Now, just to say with that, he doesn't just create content, okay, on these networks. On June 19th, he even launched his first charity basketball event, which, yes, that's what I'm talking about. With the aim of obviously raising funds for all the awareness of anthropomorphosis multiplex congenita, the AMC. And frankly, bravo to you, one. Like, bravo. I mean, there should be more people like you. I mean, what you're trying to do is always going to be inspirational. And we always talk about how heroes are created and they always have some kind of, like trial and tribulation. He literally has a reason why not to play ball, and he doesn't care. Want to get you on the show one day, bro. Definitely hope to hoop with you one day. But shout out to you. Follow William Gates, aka the disabled shooter, as soon as you can. Follow him. Now, as you know, FIBA's been going on. How you doing, Aiden Robertson? I see you right there in Twitch. All right, I got some people here on YouTube. What's going on? Now, as you know, FIBA's going on. All right, you know that International Basketball Federation. I love it. And the under-20 got underway. Now we're going to talk about the breaking news because we got some champions to crown. So let's check it out. All right. Now I'm going to talk to my people on YouTube right now and everything. Let's see that. Cool. Now, as you know, with breaking news, FIBA's been going crazy. And you know I got a love affair for it, but we got to watch it because, as you know, some youngins are stepping up. So right here, let's play this here. Now, with my little fear for FIBA, so I'm going to take advantage of it just a little minute and a little intimacy to remind you that the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup kicks off on Friday, August 25th, all right, 2023, and it should not be missed, all right? But you warned, I'm going to do some quizzes on Shots Fired to see if you're keeping up. But before that, let's shed some light on our youngsters, okay? Because yes, basketball is for everyone. And I gotta admit, it's getting bigger and bigger around the world. I mean, it doesn't matter what age, as long as you pick up that rock, show your talent, somebody's gonna see you. Now, let's talk about last Sunday, in which France won the FIBA Under-20 European Championship against Israel. And let me tell you, it was fantastic, all right? 1-2 punch from Maxi Renault and also Ilias Karadim. As you can see, Les Blues celebrated 89-79 victory to finish the tournament undefeated. Look at them, and earned their country's second ever title in the age category, and the only previous one was, as you saw, back in 2010. Having registered an impressive 23.7 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks in the final to wrap a stellar tournament. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And you know what? I gotta admit, France is on the map with a whole bunch of other people showing out. I mean, we already know about who's on there, Rudy Gobert and everything, but I'm telling you, they're starting to really show that they're a problem in the basketball community. I just see rejected at the rim, which is insane. I mean, this guy right here, Carmody was also named MVP with the honors and headlined the All-Star 5. And guess what? Greece completed the podium in the Heracleon, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, with a close-fought 68-64 overtime win against Belgium in the third-place game. Now, let's take a step back. Let's go back. I'd like to take 2 seconds and make one point. Okay, I'm in America. All right, I'm in New York. They're shot in New York, and I love Team USA. But I got to say something. As I said, these French guys, one day, they're going to be growing exponentially. Okay, already world basketball is getting to another level, but these guys really are showing out. And I don't need to remind you of something that happened recently. I mean, I don't remind you again that recently one of the greatest prospects in the NBA was French, and that's his man right here, Victor Wembanyama, which did his thing in the summer league, played like 1 or 2 games, and he did that. But doesn't that like freak you out that these players are like really from other countries and they are balling? I already had the argument. I don't know how we're gonna do Olympics, America. Okay, our team doesn't look that nice, all right? I'm just saying, by seeing all these profiles of these teams, it's starting to take shape for the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, and it gives me a little hope that, other countries are going to take up. Now, I don't know if you know about the lineup of Team Canada. This Canadian lineup is crazy. Jamal Murray is insane. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, what? RJ Barrett, and then also the bad boy Dylan Brooks. That's not that bad, bro. I mean, even Team USA is ready for the World Cup, and I just got some rumors, just a little, that Steph Curry is thinking about competing, but then saying that they may win the competition. So I don't know if he's going to compete, but we're going to need you, bro. We're going to need you. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, their squad is kind of dope. I mean, they already got it. Steph, even come on, let's do it because we got Paulo Banchero, Mikal Bridges, and then I'm big Anthony Edwards fan. Tyrese Halliburton. I'm Josh Hart. Let's go back to college days. And Brandon Ingram. Oh man, I was a big Brandon Ingram, but sheesh, good luck to all that. Now, I'm in love with all this, so thank you, FIBA, for taking so much good care of basketball around the world. And I'm telling you, we need you. All right, we need everyone to really show out. But as I said, did you see that Canadian lineup? That Canadian lineup is sick. I'm gonna be honest, this shot's fired. I'm gonna take my shot. That USA lineup is a little shaky for me, bro. It's a little shaky for me. People always say, yo, you got Banchero though, man. Paulo, he's on the chance of becoming like Hall of Fame. I'm like, yeah, but he's on the Magic, I think. He's on a Met. What is he doing? He's by himself. He ain't doing nothing for the organization per se. He's getting his buckets. I mean, a guy's like averaging 20 or 30 points. But what else are you doing? Everyone else, bro. I mean, Brandon Ingram. I mean, he's deadly, but Canada got a squad, and there's some other countries that got squads. You gotta think about this. Most of our top players are not American. They're not. All right. A lot of our top big men are not American. So our MVP was from Serbia, yo. All right. Oh, that's of the finals. All right. Joel Embiid is not American, yo. Like, you really got to think about this. We're not on the top. We're not. We're getting slow to the bottom. We got to step up our game. Yes, we are outsourcing talent and inputting into the NBA, but where are ballers? Here. That's why Ignite was created, the G League and stuff like that, Overtime created. We're finding them. Hopefully this class of draft picks shows out. Yo, we got ballers right here in the States. All right, let me know in the chat. Let's see how you're feeling. I'm going to go back to my people on TikTok, see how y'all feeling. I got to make sure I get everybody before I get my guests. Make sure everybody's cool. Thank you so much for the likes over there, Rafi. I see you. Coloma Gasso, also, you guys are awesome. And my people on YouTube, you guys are chills. All right, I'm really excited for this next part. This next part is one of my favorite parts of the show, especially when we get a good guest, like a good guest. And this guest right here is amazing. So before I bring him on, this right here is a guest interview on Shots Fired. Let's go. Now, this man deserves a proper introduction. This guy was a problem when he balled, and he's still a problem now. He's a perfect example is that you can go on the court, you can cross them, you can dunk on them, but then after the game is done, you can still be a part of it. Not only that he was a monster, aka the Mountain in FIBA 3x3, now he's becoming one of the top sports broadcasters in the same game. He understands it more than anybody else, and I love watching him do his thing. Hearing my big bro, my mentor, Kai Montgomery. This right here is Bas Rosendaal, aka the Mountain. Before I bring him on, let's do this warm-up, a little hype video for him, because I'm telling you, this guy put the business on kids. Watch this right here. Man, oh man, I'm so glad I got you all right here. Oh man, you can't hear me? You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
I'm not hearing anything right now. So we got some technical stuff going on.
Oh, we got technical stuff going on. I can hear you great. Yo, Sasha, I think you muted everybody. Yo,
I know
Sasha,
you hyped me up in that intro too. I saw you hype me.
Yo, Sasha, where'd you go, baby?
I don't know why.
Sasha, where you at, baby? I wonder if you can hear me. Sasha, can you hear me? I'm at. You can't do this to me, bud. No, I can hear you because your voice is beautiful. I just gotta make sure if I can hear it. Let me text my guy. Yo, man, I can't hear him. Yo, he can't hear me. Oh, it says it's your side. Did you press mute? I think you gotta unmute me, bro. Let me see. Hold on a second. Oh, come on, baby. I've been looking forward. His volume is low. Oh, he was just hearing me great. Oh, no. No sound. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no. Hold on. You not muted? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We're gonna fix this. No,
Oh,
I've been. Oh, you hear
I
me?
hear something now.
Can you hear me now?
That's far away though. Let me check.
Oh, hold on a
Oh,
second. That
just
means
some
it might
levels
be.
here.
Yeah, there's just some levels, baby. I think your volume's low, baby. Hold on. Can you hear me better now?
I'm
Uh
hearing something completely different.
oh.
Some background noise or something.
Oh, that may be my man Sasha. Hold on, Sasha. Let me see what you got, baby. Hold on a second. Let's see. We're gonna fix this. Don't worry about it. We always do this. All right, let's do this. Speakers. All right, no, can't hear me there. Can't hear me there. I was looking. Sasha, nothing, nothing. All right, speak for a second, brother.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
oh, hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, baby, we
Come on.
on it. We on it.
Yeah.
This happens. This happens all the time. Don't know what happened. We don't need to know what happened. It's in the past. We did it. Bas, I hyped the crap out of you. Okay, I
I
know
know.
I did.
I need to rewatch this because you looked hyped, like very hyped too.
Yo,
I'm upset I
sweating.
missed that.
It's all right. Hey, the thing about this day in technology, and we are very transparent and shots fired, it's not like the in person. Everything technological. We have no control of Big Brother. Stuff happens. But before we get
Yep.
started, how you feel, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. It's late. I just had a cup of coffee. You know, as you know, it's Europe time here, so it's about a quarter past one. You know, but
Where are
I'm
you in
I'm
Europe?
good. So I'm close to Amsterdam on the west coast of the Netherlands, a small town called IJmuiden.
Okay.
I'd say 30 minutes outside of Amsterdam. It's most known for a steel factory, so nothing special.
Hard workers. I mean, I've been to Amsterdam. As I tell people, the pastries were amazing in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
I love the brownies. Yeah, it was just
Yes.
very sweet. They're very sweet brownies.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, all that stuff was awesome in Amsterdam. So wait, you're Dutch and something else, or just pure Dutch?
I'm pure Dutch.
Pure Dutch, which I didn't know they made y'all that big because you were 7 foot, bro. You were a true
Hey,
7 foot.
trust me, this is the tallest nation in the world on average. I think
Really,
average
it
height's
is?
right. Yeah, no, yeah, it is. You didn't know
I
that?
didn't
Man,
know
come on,
that.
you're a facts guy too. I know you're
I'm
a
a
facts guy.
I'm a facts guy, but I never like look average height. Like I looked at like your history and what you guys did. Well, we talked about the other history and stuff like that, But the red light district, the blue light district,
Mm-hmm.
I looked up those facts, which I don't know if I can say those facts here. But I didn't know y'all the tallest
Nah,
nation.
we're by far like I think we're like average height's like 6'3", maybe 6'4". It's pretty big. Look, trust me. Look, where I grew up, mind you, this is like a 50,000 people town, right?
Yeah.
There were at least 4 guys my age that were as tall as me, and then we had 2 guys, like the tallest guy in the nation lived in this town, and his brother, and they were about
What?
6, like 7'5" or something, huge,
Now,
and that's on 50,000 people too, right? So,
bruh, like so you notice them, like you can see them, like
oh yeah,
yo, that. But how do y'all are y'all toilets bigger than ours?
no,
So
nope, nope.
y'all doing real squats, just tilling knees and chests,
Oh,
and that's
a
it.
toilet's not even that bad. You know, the Dutch are known for riding bicycles, but when you're a
Oh.
student, you don't buy a new one. You
No.
get one off of somebody for cheap, and those bicycles are usually very small. So I used to get laughed at a lot.
Nah,
This looked like one of those clown bicycles. You know, you got the circus, the small, like
yeah,
people riding a kid bicycle. That used to be me.
bro. But now you smooth and slick right now. And I just want to get into your basketball because I did a little like on 2006. You came to the States. You're at RMU, the Colonials, and they had like this whole hype for it. Said that you had a good shooting touch. You're a great defender around the basket. Your mid range was on point. You could hit the 3-point shot. Accomplished shot blocker. Should battle for playing time in the center position. But then you had like this non-medical red shirt. Like what? What? I was trying to find stats because just to keep you going in high school, though, you went to Bruce Wussler at the Mazanutton Military Academy. You went to a
Yeah.
military academy?
Yeah. So I went to the military academy. That was a pretty rough entry to the States. I'll tell you that. So our prep school was nice, but this is like rural Virginia, down 81 somewhere in a small town, which it was quaint. I'll say that. But we
Quaint.
yes, But we had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to the sound of a trumpet and march to breakfast, and that wasn't me. Trust me. So that was a nice entry to the States. Then I went to Robert Morris, and mind you, I'm 7 foot tall, and I think I'm about 280 now, maybe 300. I'm not sure. I think I weighed $180 back then.
So wait,
I'm stick like all knees and elbows. So my coach is like, "Yo, I love your game, but maybe we should have you lift at least something, like a piece of paper, to try to get you some." So,
lift some textbooks. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they said just eat all the junk food you can and then lift anything, and we'll try to gain you some weight. So I did that my first year.
Oh, okay. So that makes, and then also we got a picture of you. Really, can you bring up this picture for me, Sasha? Because I was doing some research on you. We found when you were like a little skinny. Right here. This is when you were young. Look at that hair, man. Look at you. Look.
Man, I knew you was gonna bring this out. So I'm happy you didn't dig into my Facebook. There's worse, but nah, yeah. So I used to experiment with the hairstyle a little bit. That was an awkward phase. Trust me. Mind you, after this, I got earrings like the big diamond things, and then I got my hair braided, and that hurt. First of all, that hurt.
This was braided. This was braided.
That was braided. But as you look at that hair is straight. So what happened is I sneezed and the braids came out. So I sat there for 3 hours. I sat there for 3 hours, hurting, right? As some girl braided my hair because she thought it looked cute. Then I looked like, you remember that background dancer dude that used to date Britney Spears? That's what I looked like.
Oh my God.
Kevin something.
Yeah. Yo, dude. So here's the funny thing, because I looked at you and it looks like you belong in High School Musical 4. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you look like a Disney movie protagonist. When I saw it, I was like, this man look like he don't do no crime. Like, you can walk in a bank with a gun and they'll give you money. Like, oh, that boy gets fine. My boy just. But then this makes me laugh because we were talking about this off the scene. You went to college. And then you said you had the red shirt because of like certain shit with your coach or something like that, saying like because you had another coach and he went somewhere else, right?
Yeah. So first year, that coach recruited me, right? And he's at St. Bonaventure's now. Good guy. Got me in. Got me medically red or not non-medical red shirt because he wanted me to lift some weights, gain some weight, right?
Gotcha.
So I worked on that all year. I was going to come in, he was going to stay, and he was going to, at least have me maybe feature on the team or play some minutes. And he left. He got an offer from St. Bonnie's, so he went there. I didn't want to sit out another year and transfer somewhere, so I was like, I'll stick around for a new coach. And that new coach was Mike Rice. And I don't know if you watched the news way back when. Yeah. So
sorry.
That was a rough year.
The funny thing is, okay, so how old are you? You're like what, 32?
37.
You're 37. Well, I'm gonna say you're 32. I'm gonna give you some years.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Look, I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. I mean, this guy. Now, you look like a Pokemon evolution. That's what it is. Like,
damn. All right.
You're in your final form, but it's powerful. But the thing is that I grew up also like in the 80s and 90s, right? There was like a transition of so many coaches that were that aggressive for no reason. Like in my college coach, Andy, like again, sweetest dude off the court, would literally watch your baby. But when he just became Jekyll and Hyde, like it just switched. Was there like what do you think? There's like an overdose of testosterone in the Gatorade during that time?
I think it might have been a movement, right? Some coaches had success with it. It was kind of like the Bob Knight, like kind of the end of that. And some coaches kind of took an example out of that and went with it. Bob Huggins, like there's some of those guys kind of really went and did maybe a little more than they should have. And all I'm saying is like, and again, Mike Rice, like it wasn't fun. The guy was ultra competitive, like extremely, and that I think that's what fueled it. But it ended up being a situation where he was throwing balls at players during drills and like cursing them out. He used to call me green card because back then I really didn't have an accent. So now I kind of have that Dutch twang.
The Dutch twang? You got Dutch twang?
A little bit.
Well, now this is because all this stuff is leading up to this last thing, because You were supposed to be part of the NCAA video game, but you
I
were in
was.
it though, right?
Yes, I was. So I was hyped when that came out because I was like, my team's gonna be on there. I'm gonna be on there. They probably picked my picture online and like, made me a cool looking dude with some nice stats, right? So it comes out,
Mhm.
open up the game, load up my team. There's a 7 foot Bas Rosendaal, African American player with a headband, darkest complexion in the game. Trust me, couldn't dunk. I was a 51. I've never been so disappointed in my life. Trust me, I picked up that game. I tried to play myself. I couldn't dribble. I couldn't shoot. I couldn't dunk. I couldn't even make a layup. So I put
Yeah.
that down. I was like, I'll wait till next year. Maybe they got some better stats on me. So next year I pick up the game. They didn't even check out my picture. I'm still African American, and again, just a lot of melanin, right? They overdosed on that, and they gave me a 49 my second year. I didn't even get better. I got worse. I lifted weights for a whole year just to get 2 points taken off my total. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You were literally Malibu's most wanted, but they
Oh
actually
my.
gave you the actual. So you had braids.
I didn't even have braids. I just had I had a buzz cut and a white headband, like Kwame Brown, but like Kwame Brown on the
Oh
Wizards, kind
my
of that.
god, bro! When I say like we were shots fired about shooting shots, I thought when they change your complexion, you're supposed to get better at ball. How they opposite the stereotype and make you worse
Uh,
at.
well, I figured I'd be able to like at least throw down a dunk, but that no, not at all. 7 foot, couldn't even hit anything.
Oh my god! So, but you had a lot of experience in college because again, so you just sat out, but then you majored in management. So how did that help continue with your career after college?
So I was looking at those things. I started out as management. I actually switched after a while
Okay.
because I wanted to try to get into environmental science.
Oh.
I'm not sure why. I mean, I used to be like a big like math and physics guy, right? So
Okay. Okay.
I tried to major in environmental science again because I left after 2 years. I couldn't finish that, so I
Yeah.
went back home and I figured let's take a break from studying because I've been studying all my life. Let's
Mhm.
go play pro ball. So I went played pro ball.
Yeah.
After that, though, it's coming from that major. I tried to pick up something similar, right? So
Yeah.
chemistry, chemical engineering, that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Took a whole different approach to life after that. 3x3 will do that to me. So I'm not a chemical engineer major. I almost finished, and then I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not working in a factory. So
I got you. Now, this is where we're going to transition to the Pro Ball. Now, so when you went overseas, so you started in Amsterdam, or did you go to another country? Because I
no,
was
no. So I
trying to.
started in the Netherlands, but I started in a town called Groningen, which is about
Hold it.
2 hours up north.
Gotcha. Okay. Hold it. And then did your thing up there, and then how did 3x3 come into your life? Because that's when you really were excelling.
Yeah, so I always played outside on the streets back in my
Yeah.
hometown
Mm.
where I'm at again. Um, and again, so I played 3 years in the States, played 3 years of pro ball, won a championship, but I just really couldn't get along with coaches, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Me and authority weren't great. So I quit pro ball after 3 years,
Mhm.
and also the money situation in the Netherlands isn't great, especially
Yeah.
for a Dutch guy, right? So I
Gotcha.
quit pro ball, but I kept playing in the places that I love to play,
Mhm.
which was outside on the courts because I could kind of determine who I wanted to be out there. There was no
Yeah.
coach telling me to rebound and shut up. That was pretty
Gotcha.
much what people told me, right? Because you're
Mhm.
7 foot
Mhm.
tall, so you're supposed to screen, rebound, and then just be quiet.
Exactly.
I wanted to shoot. I wanted to dribble. I wanted to pass. I wanted to do all this stuff. So I go outside to the street courts, play there, have some fun, bring my team. We started kind of playing these tournaments all over the country as a team, sponsored by different people, local barbershop, some other guys.
Oh, nice.
Won the Belgium championship like 3 years in a row.
Okay.
But this is not 3x3 yet. This is like pre 3x3 street ball. So the Belgians,
Okay.
they had like a 3/4 court with 2 hoops. It was so weird. It was me
Like
because
NBA
I brought
Street kind of.
man, it was on the street, but it had 2 hoops, but the court was so small. So it was me and another guy rebounding, and then we brought a dunker. So all you used to do is you used to let people shoot, rebound the
Yeah.
ball, and just toss it up to the hoop, and he'd dunk it. And we won
Oh
like,
wow.
I don't know, a little bit of money at that.
Okay.
So one day I go to this tournament. One of my friends says, "Let's go." I'm like, "All right." and somebody comes up to me at the start and he's like, "Hey, this is an official challenger, and the sport's no longer called street ball; it's called 3x3." I'm like, "All right, dude,
Okay.
whatever.
Mhm.
I'm not even sure what you mean, but it's all good." So we play that. We lose to another Dutch team, which I'm still
Okay.
salty about.
Uh,
That Dutch team wins the finals against
mhm.
some Polish team, I think, and they get. So the organizer goes up to them and he's like, "Congratulations, you guys get to go to Madrid." So those guys, they're happy. They talk it over and they're like, "Hey," come up to me afterwards and like, "Hey, this date, one of our guys is on vacation, so would you be willing to join our team?" Like, I don't mind that. Sure, why not? So, and this is 2012, right? So this is the second world tour ever. So I think
This was
Istanbul
the
was the first, Madrid was the
yeah.
second. I went
Uh-huh.
out there. Mind you, this is when a world tour still had 7 courts. So
Yeah.
this is a completely different setup. FIBA is still trying to figure out what to do with this. The sport's new. It's been around for about a year, I think.
Yeah.
So I go to Madrid, and the best thing ever happened. I found all these people that kind of felt the same way about basketball as I did, right? So they wanted to take some
Facts.
ownership, some control. They wanted to kind of, figure out how to play, with who to play, like what kind of way to, shape your team to win. So
Word.
that got me very excited, and then a loss.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, I got to get back here. I got to do
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yep.
So, uh,
Yep.
and that
It
took
was
a
great
while.
seeing you. Yeah, it did. I mean, because that was back in 2012, and you played against a team called the Running Gun, and that was the 3x3 Masters, right? And
Hmm.
the funny thing is, like, you were undefeated though in that tournament, though. Like, y'all went undefeated.
In that challenger, you mean, or in the
I
World
think
Tour?
it did. So when I was looking at you, you had a 3x3 Masters final in 2012, and then you went all the way. Like, and it was
Yeah,
like
but
an
that's
18
so
of a.
the Belgian tour used to be called the Masters.
Oh, really? Oh, so that's what
So
they
that's
called
the
the
I
Masters.
think that's the Belgian tour you're talking about, because I've
Wow.
never won a world tour. So I think I
Okay.
came in like so the
Yeah.
world tour back then had 20 teams, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think I came in like 12th or something. But if you look at that very first FIBA hype video,
Yeah.
I'm in there and I'm rocking a ponytail. So just giving you some more shots to fire here, but
Yeah.
you know,
No, I ain't gonna shoot no more shots at that. But yeah, it was called, it wasn't called the World Tour, but it was just called the 3x3 Masters. And it was interesting because then you excelled, because then you hung up your jersey in 2021, which was only 2 years ago. But in between there, you were dominant, like dominant down low. And as I saw in the pro video, you can shoot off 1 foot, which to me, as a big fella at 7 foot, to me is so hard to do. Because one, it's all that weight and also mobility. And yeah, you're of course a dominant force. You're called the Mountain for a reason by Kyle Montgomery. And I want to know, when you got that nickname, how did you feel? Were you like, oh, you're saying it because I'm big, or it's like, oh yeah, yeah, this is gonna make me tough. Like I like that.
nah, mind you, this is like peak Game of Thrones time, man. I was so
Yeah.
happy. I'm a big nerd, so I'm watching that, and this is before season 8, so I'm still happy about the show.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it fell off.
and
Fell off.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, they went a little bit fast there in that last season. Anyway,
Yep.
how you build up 7 seasons to the wall coming down, and then a dragon shows up and it ends in one episode. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So so I'm hyped. Like Kyle
Mhm,
comes up with that, and I'm like, all right, I feel validated now. Like
mhm,
I'm it's all good.
mhm.
So yeah, I was happy about that, and I felt like that was an era in 3x3 where as a big man you could still kind of excel, and then the game just picked up some pace, and I kind of got ran off the court after a
Nah, but
while there.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, kind of around the court, but I think you still could be a dominant force. I want to know, with 3x3, where was your favorite place to play? Because you have some amazing venues when you get on that court.
Straight up playing, right? Because
Yeah,
we've
straight up
organized
front.
some stuff well as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, well, obviously, I think non 2017 the World Cup,
Hmm.
because like the environment was insane. Such a cool place to be at, and I won a silver medal, so I was
Yeah,
happy about
exactly.
that. But I think my very favorite place has to be the Amsterdam Europe Cup 2017.
Ooh.
Right in the middle of Amsterdam, in
Tim.
front of the home crowd. We didn't perform all that well, but it was a crazy venue, and
Yeah.
just the environment was just lit. So I think that might be it.
I mean, and talk about Amsterdam. That the first thing we saw was that candid shot with you and Dimes, Damon Van der Horst. How does it feel to, represent your country and now transfer into commentating, seeing your guys excel and watching them play, starting from the beginning, and now you're behind the camera instead of being in front of camera playing?
I never thought I'd get to this spot in life. To be honest with you, again, I was supposed to be a chemical engineer, so um, I just it's fulfilling, man. I'll tell you. So saying goodbye to the game was very tough.
Mhm.
Again, I was getting older. I was getting a little slower. The game was getting
Yeah.
faster, so I felt like it was time to say goodbye.
Mhm.
But I love playing basketball, like I still
Yeah.
do, even though my knees hurt afterwards. Like I still play like third league 5-on-5 here in the Netherlands. I still pick up
Yeah.
3x3 ball, even at so well, maybe we might get to 3x3 nights, but even at the office we
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
gym where there's like a Monday night pickup session.
Word?
Jesper runs the place because he shoots from midcourt, but it's all good. So we play
I gotta
two
get
on
over there.
twos there because it's a very small, like so one of those fireman gyms, right? Like
Yeah.
small, like kind of. So we played
Mhm.
2-on-2 there as well. So I still love playing the game. I can't quit, but I had to quit 3x3, and then kind of there's like a gap, right? There's like a
Yeah.
hole that you should be filling, or so part of your identity has been tied to the game for so long,
Yeah.
and that you have to kind of let that go.
Mhm.
Now working for 3x3 nights helped a lot because that we were making a difference with that. But
Yeah.
then
Congratulations.
through that, coming into the commentating position at our first challenger ever, and then coming in for the world tour, helping out Kyle, and that's just kind of transitioning now into doing my
Mhm.
own world tours and being at the World Cup and being at the Europe Cup, and it's just first of all, I'm having so much fun with it, so I can't be more grateful than to FIBA and to everybody else that's helped me get to this spot. And then also, man, just still being a part of the game,
Yeah, that's the
and
key thing.
that's what I was missing for a while. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy about that.
Any baller can know, like, there's a bug that it bites us at 13, 14, or 3 years old, and it just never goes away. The only thing that goes for people like us is our knees. If we
Yep.
were able to take care of our knees, we'll be right back on the court. Because I remember during the World Cup, or there was another World Tour that you on with Kyle, you went out and balled with some people and came back to commentate. And one you won, but then you said you like lost like zero, like 11 to like 2 or something like that.
That was during the World Cup. We had to go out. So we went out into Vienna, played some pickup ball at a local court, right? And it was me, Staples, like B Rough, bunch of the dunkers, right?
Yeah.
And also Soraya Mohammed from the Egyptian
Saraya.
team. Yes,
Magician.
sir.
Shukran.
She
Shukran
is
Habibi.
saucy, man. Trust me. She was hitting me with passes, and I was like, that I don't know where that came from, but it was nice.
She's a magician.
Yeah.
Nefertiti. Yep.
And I like to pass like that too, like behind the head stuff, behind the back stuff. Like, why not? So we went out there, and like the first game, like I think the dunkers were fresh off the plane. First game, these guys went hard, and like I
Yeah.
didn't know what they were going to be able to do. So I'm still like kind of like easing into things. And these guys just shot us to pieces. I'm like, all right, we got to be serious here. And then the last game, very last game, we ended up being down. We played the game till 7. We were down like 6-1, and I was like, all right, let me solve this. I'm done. So I hadn't posted up at all, and I'm like, just give me the ball. Posted up 6 times in a row, just dunked on some dudes, and then we were done. We went back to the stadium. So
Yeah.
still kind of felt good after that.
No, of course. Yeah, Sarai Muhammad, that's Cleopatra right now. Nefertiti, she's the queen of Egypt. I got to meet her when I did the Africa Cup, and the sweetest person I've ever met in my life.
Yes.
So appreciative. But when she's on the court, she is a magician. But then that goes to my next transition of that, like you playing the game with 3x3, and also I love when you're on the court doing the sideline interviews because it's funny to me because you're on the court and no one sees us because I've done it at Edmonton, you've done it on like World Tour. They don't know how big you are, so it's actually kind of interesting when they're like talking to you because I can see them kind of doing this.
I've
Yeah,
noticed that as well. Yep.
So what's that like now transition from commentating, but being that guy on the court doing live questions? Because it's a difference when you're doing commentating and doing that. How's that?
Yo, let me tell you, the first time I tried to do that, I was hella nervous. Like I didn't even know. Like I had some questions, and when I stood there, I was like, I don't remember my questions. Like, what's going on? I was happy though because that was during the last year's World Tour finals in Abu Dhabi, and the players that I had to interview recognized me and probably figured out I was a little nervous, and they got me comfortable, so I was happy with that. But I think I can bring a dimension to those questions that not only a lot of people can, because I have a lot of experience in the game. I can kind of see what's going on, maybe more so than other people. I'm also a coach. I've coached the young national teams for the Dutch Federation. So,
excuse me,
I can kind of go at it from a couple different ways,
Yeah.
and that means I can ask some pointed questions. And I think that that works, that helps. So I'm happy with that. Yeah.
It does. Like I remember when I was at Edmonton and Clarence Lesmanis, Batman. He's notorious not doing interviews, like notorious. And everybody kept saying we never get him. But me and him have a relationship. Me and him used to DM each other after every like world tour or whatever. If he got MVP, and literally it'll be like a funny face of like, yo. And I don't know how we became such cool friends. Shout out to Clarence. So I got him to do like a full sentence. And I think that's the difference. Like when we do interviews, because I mean, I'm a baller, but I can say my personality. You're a baller in the game. You're a warrior. So they have that relationship. It's like, oh, I'm just talking to my homie. I'm not talking to a media guy. So I'm just going to open up. And which I love seeing, because when I watch them, they're like, man, this is my dude. Even though he's still tall as hell.
So second interview in Abu Dhabi was Di Maio, right? And this man had come out of the game, had ran for 10 minutes. As you know, it's a 10-minute sprint, so this guy is sweaty. And it's Abu Dhabi, so I'm sweaty. And I'm trying to keep my clothes sweat-free. And this guy just runs up and hugs me and just hangs on. And I'm drenched, man. Like, I couldn't even move after. I was like, I got to get a change of shirt. Like that. But it was fun.
And that's the best thing about it. Now, we got to talk about it, because I know you got a soft spot for Amsterdam, and you can't be biased. But Arvin Slaughter, I've been a huge fan. Okay, Dreesen Jarring. What is with Worthy? This man is breaking records, 59 points in 5 games. Did you guys inject him with the Captain America serum, but y'all make him Captain Amsterdam? Because he's changing the game over there. And how do you like seeing that transition of your team getting better, especially with Worthy on it now?
So I think we hyped the guy coming in for about 3 years. So there's always this rumor in the background, like Worthy's going to come over from 5-on-5, and he's going to come into 3x3. And we all knew he was going to be a great 3x3 player, right? Because you kind of see that. And mind you, the guy's 35, so he might have been better before this. I'm not even sure.
Facts. Yeah.
So this guy, we kind of knew he was coming. We organized some pro stuff back in the Netherlands, and he played in it, and he was pretty good. So we hyped him up. But I didn't expect he was going to do this. 59 points. And that was just, I can't even, man, that's just too much. Like, I've never seen a performance like that. The dude can get to the basket at will. And so all right, so this is the one thing that I really noticed. And I'll get to the team in a bit.
Yeah.
Worthy was going so hard in his first tournaments this year that he ran out of gas because he was going crazy.
Got it.
I don't know if you noticed that. And then now he's starting to get comfortable with the shape you have to be in, and he's in great shape, but like the conditioning you have to have, but also with the game management, the balance.
Exactly.
That is scary.
It is. I mean, I've seen him, like, he was averaging 20-something points per tournament. I was like, all right, bet. But then the jump to almost 60 points. I mean, again, game was a 21. He's getting about 12 points a game. That is more than half of what you need to win. And he's just going on full cylinders. Before we continue, shout out to Rashida Tilly. They said we got some people watching from Morocco. They're going to watch the game here in Costa Rica and Panama. Shout out to my people in Morocco. Shukran coming through. Just right here is Bas Rosendaal. And if you tune in live, this is Shots Fired. But yeah, he's a problem. But then you still have veterans on that team. But it's just, you always get close and you just can't advance. What is the missing part you guys think? Do you think they need a Bas, Mountain again? Because you don't got much big man like you. I think you should
me from 10 years ago, maybe not. I think they might have found the last piece of the puzzle though. Marta Bouknecht has joined in the challenger circuit.
Okay.
Won an MVP now. They won 2 challenges in a row. With him on the squad, they have 2 scorers, Arvin around as a shooter, and then either Julian or Norbert as a screener. And I think that's a recipe to success. So I think they're there because it can't just all be Worthy.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be, obviously, because he showed that. But you kind of need a second scorer on the side so you can take a break every now and then. And I think they've incorporated that.
I mean, and that's the good thing with Stragan Stojicic. He's one of them players that can take over a game when we talk about ooh. But the thing is that he still has Dayon. He still has Marco. I said whoever is coming, Mahalo. He has backup. And again, Arvin's always been that amazing shooter. Jarring is able to create for himself. Dreesen, he has on and off games. I think if they did have that consistent backup, like Lafayette has with Batman Robin with Nerisma Aziz and Thas Modest, then y'all be more problem. Because I can see y'all being a problem, but I'm just waiting for that missing. And since now I didn't know the story between Worthy that you guys were hyping this man up for 5-on-5. So where was he playing at 5-on-5?
So it's a team called ZZ Leiden, which is
Okay.
about 45 minutes from here.
Okay,
And I
right
think
there.
he's played there most of his professional career. I think he went to France for a year, came back.
Nice.
He was
Okay.
pretty much, that team was built around him.
Okay.
He won a championship in his last year, I think, and then he came over. So, but yeah, the guy, flat out baller, came from the streets too. So he's all about that street ball, 3x3 life. He's
Yeah.
been pretty much everywhere with basketball now, and I think he's going to continue because I mean he doesn't look 35. Trust me.
No, he doesn't, man.
That he might be able to go for another couple years.
Yeah, he looks like you in the NCAA game. Like, I know that.
Man,
I'm
I might have to find me a copy of that game. Trust me.
Yo, I want to find it too.
I want to get my old Xbox out and then try to play that again. But
2006, 2007. I think I can find one for you. I do want to get into the commentating, and as you know, Kyle Montgomery, aka the Voice, is a goat. Again, that's my big brother. This thing is, if he's Mufasa, I'm Simba. What is it like again as a person getting into the game for the first time, being next to a veteran of his caliber? When you see him do his thing in real time, because we always heard it. How does it feel to do it real time next to him?
I can't hype the guy up enough, right? So let's get that out of the way.
Right.
He's great. He's so good like that, and he's the voice I grew up with listening to the NBA like top countdown stuff, like the recaps and all that. So first getting to see him as a player was awesome. Getting the nickname from him was awesome, and now sitting next to him. He makes you better at what you do, which is great, right? So he will set you up for some greatness, and then he won't even take credit for it. So I'm so happy with that. But man, I feel like what we put down during the World Cup, what we set up there as a duo, that was next level. Like he had some jokes, I had some jokes. We're playing off each other, like. Sitting next to each other, he don't even feel like a legend, even though he is, right? So you're sitting next to a dude that should be in the 3x3 Hall of Fame. He's on Mount Rushmore, like all the way on top.
Yep, exactly.
And he's just out there joking with you, getting lunch with you, and just trying to inspire you, trying to get better with you. Trying to be a broadcast duo now. So I'm happy about that.
I forgot about this picture right here when you look young and just
You guys are coming out with all the old pictures.
I do my research now. I just want to know. How bad does Kyle Montgomery's breath smell after talking for so long? Because I know he don't eat. Like so.
He doesn't eat at all. So I get him some food every now and then because I have to eat. And then he doesn't eat anything. So I get him food. He takes a bite and then just drops it off on the side. He's like, I'll get to it. And then he'll so to combat that, I brought a little special spray.
The cow deterrent.
No, it's not even a deterrent. So it's like a throat like medicine spray or something, but it's mint. So
okay, gotcha.
I just every time I'm just like, here you go.
Take that, bro.
Take some of that spray.
Oh, there you go, man. Okay, the voice.
Yeah, you need this. Your voice is breaking up, sort of.
Now, I don't know if you can recall. Can you recall a funny line that you said? Because sometimes as commentators, and we do this all the time, it just comes off the dome, but then you kind of hiccup the next play because you're like, damn, that was so funny, or man, that was really good. Have you ever had that moment?
Yes, plenty of times. So if you haven't prepared, if you've prepared lines, you kind of just throw them out and you kind of know it's coming. If you come up with something on the spot, then you just kind of sit there like, did I really just say that? Did something like that happen? Or when you kind of make fun of a player, or like, as you kind of joke around about guys sometimes, and then you still think they're good basketball players. So I think during the World Cup, I had a couple. I think I said at some point, somebody was catching bodies like Ash Ketchum, and I was like, wait, I have to catch myself. I don't even know, like, and then so people start hyping that. So I was like, I have to use that more often. I think at some point, I got confused by Kyle. At some point, I think we said some player he had a little more weight on him. And Kyle said something about the Husky section at Kmart, and then I couldn't. I sat there. I was like, we can't be doing this. Like that's a little disrespectful. The guy can ball, and we're out here saying he's eating at Burger King. Like that's. But I did manage to slip something like that in, and then I just had to sit there, and I think I turned my microphone off and laughed for like a good minute, and I came back, right? So you can't
You can't
yeah.
laugh at it, but it's there.
No,
Like,
it happens. Yeah.
bro, like the funniest and the funniest thing I've ever seen Kyle do. He didn't even say something. It was when I think it was an African player. I forgot which one, but he did the crossover. And he was like dancing on the court, and he went din it din 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 it. Like it was like,
Oh,
bro,
I remember that. Wasn't
yeah,
that the guy that was doing like the carry crossover
yeah,
and then like the shimmies?
yeah.
Oh, I remember that. That was funny. That had me laugh at the house too. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
I remember they reposted it, and I'm reading the comments, and literally one of the guys said, "This dude did not put a soundtrack behind his move." He said, "Did it, did it."
Yo,
Kyle is a goat. Like he's a goat for that. But you're getting there too, because when I'm listening to you, you're getting more comfortable. You're getting those one-liners. You're learning at like catch and buys like Ash Ketchum. I remember that because I'm a Pokemon fan. And we're on Twitch right now, and we have something that I'm gonna say. We talked about basketball and really throwing your flowers to you with all your successes, commentating, again, being a successful 3x3 player. But then I heard that you're an RPG guy. You're a gamer.
I'm more than an RPG guy, though. If you're saying you're a Pokemon guy, I might be able to say that as well. But
No.
I used to play back in the days. Trust me.
Pokemon. Okay, this is my test for you. Okay,
all right.
Pokemon Blue and Red. All right. I think it was the first tunnel you got out of facing Brock. So you got to go to Cerulean City. Mm-hmm. I think that's either Mount Moon that you had it, right? Or was it?
It was like it was on the side there, right? So the Zubat
side,
Cave.
yeah.
It's called
the Zubat Cave, right? Do you remember you had to get HM5 Flash to get to that? Did you ever get Flash?
I think in my second or third playthrough, yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, I just kind of ran through and just like figured out.
Oh my God! Yes, this is what we're talking about. I went through that entire because the circle was this big of light. I was in there for months trying to get it. Yo, my Charmander became a Charmeleon. My Caterpie was a Butterfree, but just to beat that. Yo, my Geodude was a Graveler. I think I found a Clefairy that I didn't know could go to Clefable. I found that Moonstone. So this is my test for you because people don't know how hard it was to play in black and white on a Game Boy, bro.
Wait, so this is the exact point where I decided I would never ever catch a Zubat. Like I wouldn't even get close. Like I went back on that later on when they had that third evolution come out, but like
go a Crobat.
Crobat's pretty sick. But so the first I was like, I'm not catching this dude. I've seen about a million of those.
Way too many, yo.
Like, nah, I'm good.
Bro. Like so now he's got now we can just nerd out a little bit. Top 3 favorite Pokemon you have? And you can do any generation.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna come up with some weird ones too. Okay. You remember from I think it's either like the Sapphire one. They had like Tropius, the dinosaur flying thing.
Yep, Tropius,
flying type, and you found it up north on a path. I was always hyped to get that one, even though it wasn't all that good.
Yep, got that.
Then Ampharos, obviously.
Ampharos was dope. Yep, the lightning Pokemon.
Yes, from Gold and Silver. And then let me think, because my favorite type's always Psychic or Ghost for some reason. So, so there you go. But I'm not going with I'm not going with Gengar. That's too easy.
Gengar.
I got. You gotta, and I'm not getting the legendaries in there because that's cheating. So I'm not messing with those either.
Damn, you really are a fan. Like I'm hyping up right now. I can't wait to meet you.
Trust me, I'm about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a nerdy one too. Zenmo Darmanitan.
Zenmo Darmanitan, bro, you like going like what?
That's fire psychic for you, man. I got that. Or you remember the Ghost Marowak and Cubones from like the Nintendo DS one? I love those too.
Yo, so you guys, mine has always been Alakazam. Has always been my favorite Pokemon of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. Gyarados. No matter what generation, I got to get my Magikarp and get my Gyarados. And my third one is Flygon, because when
I used to love that one too. Pick it up in the desert.
Bro, when Tropic, like I see this thing, like I'm like, all right, cool, I got this thing, blah blah blah. And I remember playing, and it starts evolving, and I see wings. I'm like, yo,
I know. I
what is
remember that
this?
too.
What is this? Because I remember I used to get the books and you cheat and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
then I didn't do nothing for this. Like I just played straight through. I think that wasn't
black and white.
like black and white. Yeah. So no, a Flygon was first in Generation 2, right? I
No,
think
black and white.
Generation 3.
Gen 3.
Gen 3. Yeah. So that was Ruby and Sapphire.
Was there a desert in that though?
I think there was there was like a desert in every single one. There was a
Okay.
desert. Yeah. But anyway,
So what's your favorite Pokemon game then? So now I'm curious.
my favorite Pokemon game. Now see, you see, I can nerd out because I was a big Ruby fan. Ruby, I loved Ruby, but then when they made Fire, was it Fire that you
Fire
can
Red.
go, yeah, Fire and Red, that you can go back and forth between like segment that I love, that you can go back and play the original gym leaders. When you got past it, I was like, oh, this is dope. Like this is great. So that was I never got to play the DS ones. I didn't
Yeah,
get to
I
go to
quit
that.
on those. I think after a little while.
No, but I would always, and then also the EV evolution start going crazy. Like I was a big Espeon fan. And I was like, okay, yo, Psychic EV dope. I always got Jolteon for some reason because Charizard was my beginning. But man, oh, real quick, got something in the chat. Real quick, Buckus Bueno said there was a hint to you got to change the brightness in your Game Boy, man. Oh man, come on. Bro, now we don't do that, bro. And Sinaz, it's good to see you. Good to see you. A final more things. I know it's like midnight and we're having way too much fun. Yeah, we were talking about the RPGs. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite RPG of all time. You have some different ones that you like a lot, like Skyrim and stuff like that.
Yeah, so loved Skyrim. I think I got started in RPGs with Diablo 2 way back when. I rented that from the library, and I played it for forever. I think I racked up quite the fine because I didn't want to give it back.
Yeah.
So I played that for years and years, and I think I kind of got into the ARPG stuff. So if you want to get real nerdy, there's kind of like a Diablo 2, like free. I don't want to say expansion because it's not.
Yeah.
So Diablo 3 was kind of all right, but disappointing. And then this company from New Zealand, Grinding Gear Games, came out with a game called Path of Exile, which is like Diablo 2, Path of Exile, and it's like Diablo 2 in overdrive. And it's very, very difficult, but it's also extremely, extremely cool.
Okay.
It's free, which is insane.
Really?
They have 3-month league cycles. They have a second game coming out. It's all free. And it's nuts.
And it's all online?
It is all online.
Oh, you gotta send me that link. I want to find out what's
I will do that. So that might be one of my favorite games of all time. But there's plenty, man. Like, look, The Witcher, awesome. Fallout, very cool. Any Elder Scrolls game, love it. Diablo 4 now, actually not that bad. I'm happy with it. And then lately, because I've been traveling a lot, I got the Nintendo Switch, and I'm all on Zelda.
Oh, Zelda to me, when I started Zelda, when it was just like, and then when it came out on Nintendo 64, that's when the world started to get to difference. You know, people got to realize Nintendo 64 was, I mean, you remember N64. Yeah. Dreamcast to me is the most underrated system ever created. Okay.
Yeah.
Best graphics, Madden, NBA, Sonic, all those Soul Calibur. Dreamcast, but the graphics were dope. Then, we got the N64, and then the Zelda. Now you got this 3D world, and I'm like, yo, this is like real video games to me, And like the Zelda with the Switch, I wanted to get into that, but mine back in the day, I wish we had it on the PSP, was Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter, I can play over and over again. I don't know why. I was in love with that game, that duo. He was so gangster. He was quiet in the beginning, then he became like a demon. And he learned how to talk. Like, bro, you were mute for a while.
So what was your first console though? Because here's I missed out on Jak and Daxter, right? Because we never got any Nintendos from my parents, which I'm still salty about. Besides a Game Boy.
Yeah.
So me and my brother saved up money when I was like 14, 15 years old. We used to play Nintendo 64 at a friend's house. We saved up money and bought a GameCube. We still have that, actually. I still own the original GameCube. with all the games, which I'm very happy about. So we saved up for that, and that was my first real console, right? So I'm out there nerding out with like the GameCube Zelda, the Wind Waker, which might be my favorite Zelda ever, but it is a little weird one. And then we used to have the whole neighborhood come in and try to beat the Time Ghosts on Mario Kart, and then. Well, we used to just beat the shit out of each other in Smash Bros. Like, that's it. Smash Bros. And Soul Calibur, that used to be just...
Super Smash Brothers, Pikachu, and Kirby. You can't mess with Pikachu or Kirby. Can't. I'll knock you out. Everything. And Captain Falcon, maybe.
Captain Falcon, I like him too, yeah. I used to be a big Luigi guy.
You're Luigi? Yep. So that was something, and we'll close the show with that in the sense of we used to have tournaments too, play when it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like 8 o'clock in the morning, we're playing video games. Then we go out and ball from like 10 to like 6 p.m. Come back, then start another tournament. And even my first, to answer your question, my first consoles were, my brother had PlayStation 1, in which he would secretly, and these kids don't know about you, this is when you had to take the wires and put it in your VCR, and then you had to put it on a certain channel. And then when you put the certain channel, that's how you got to the game. He never taught me how to get there. So I had to figure that out. He would hide the remote that control to get there in his drawer. I would find all his dirty stuff, but I'd be like, hey man. So when I figured out, so PlayStation, they saved up for the PlayStation 2. That's when Jack and Daxter stuff came out. Then Xbox, then Dreamcast, then Xbox. And I've been an Xbox guy ever since. I haven't gone to the Sony. I've been Xbox, One. I got an Xbox One over here. I'm a Halo dude. It's always been a Master Chief fan.
Too, yeah.
And actually, if you see the series on Paramount, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. It's really good. It's really good.
All right.
But, oh, man, look, I just realized we've been on for an hour. Like, usually interviews are like 10, 15 minutes.
I don't care, man. We can keep this up for another 2 hours if we really wanted to, but yeah.
I absolutely can. But my man, Sasha's Butts, is like, he's out in France. And look, we're going to have you back on the show. I'm so glad that now there's another thing that connects us. Not only that we got 3x3, not only we got basketball, but I mean, this is Twitch, so we got gaming going on. I am praying they put me on some world tour that I get to meet you in person. I'll make sure I'm gonna be sweaty as heck and give you the biggest hug with your white 3x3 shirt. And
you better come out to the one in Amsterdam. Trust me, that's the one thing I want to give to you. Like, Amsterdam's a cool city. And then with 3x3 nights, we're organizing something, and this year is going to be crazy.
Look, if you need an MC, if you need an extra MC, I'll give you a great deal. But here's the thing, Bas, I'm looking at you in the camera. You're looking at me. I want to make it home, okay? Because I've been to Amsterdam, and I know how y'all party. Yeah, I need to make it home.
Let me tell you a secret. The world tour is going to be in one of the biggest techno venues of the city. And I'm not saying we're gonna have a party there, but we just might.
What's the date? You know the date?
So October 5th and 6th or 6th and 7th. I can't remember.
Oh man, I'm feeling kind of sick. I think I won't be able to make it to work around that time, like in the future. Whoo! It's like one of them futuristic Kachochichosis stachanosis. Oh yeah, but yo, on some real stuff. This was dope. I love when an interview goes long, and I didn't realize that we've been going on for an hour. Yeah, we talk. Bas, you're a real OG. Thank you so much for your contribution to 3x3, to the game, and what you're doing now. I can only see more success. You being at the World Tour. Hopefully, I'm putting my thing in the future that you get to go to France and be one of the commentators for the Olympics. I want 2028 LA. You can get the one in France.
I've never been out west in the States, so you better. I mean, I'll be your co-voice, co-MC. I don't care.
Well, that's Kyle's definitely gonna get the job. Look, I'll be the MC. You can be the man on the street, or Kyle's, co-pilot. I want all of us to go out and stuff. So if I just want to ask you right now, all I want to do is say your name and say this is Shots Fired, and we can sign off.
All right, man. So thanks for having me on. I'm Bas Rosendaal. This is Shots Fired.
Oh, he got it first take. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yo, bro, get some sleep. We're definitely gonna keep in contact and send me that link. I want to play that game.
All right, man.
Peace out, brother. Later. Oh my God! I know y'all been here for a while. Woo, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was one of those. I gotta admit, that was one of those. I admit, I have fun with that one. Thank you so much, Bas, for coming through. Man, All right, I hope you guys liked it. Buckets, thank you so much for being here, being a trooper. Whew. Without further ado, we gotta keep the show going. Hanamichi, thank you so much. HQ, thank you so much. I see my people there. Mustafa, Kaya, I see you right there on YouTube. Thank you guys for coming through. That was a fun interview. I'm sorry, I'm still hyped from that. But anyway, let's keep the show going. My engineer got to get some sleep because he's in France, and we got 3 more segments left. All right, let's keep it going, man. But again, shout out to Bas, the Mountain. Love you, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. Next is NBA 2K. Let's go right now. We got a player to highlight. We're gonna keep it going. Let's go. Woo! Still rocking this. We're gonna go right into it, man. Because you know what they did? They made the 3rd NBA draft pick that's going to Portland into an NBA 2K player, 18 years old. This man, 197, and this dude is actually nice. I mean, the stats could actually be real. NBA 2K23 has been great, but NBA 2K24 is going to be better because I keep saying crossplay is there, and man, oh man, it's insane. Now, Scoot Henderson, right there, elite point guard, one of the best to lead the guard prospects to come in a long years, man. He's basically showing out, especially in the summer league, but I think he's going to do great in the NBA. I mean, Scoot, that's his nickname, Sterling Scoot Henderson, born February 3rd, 2004, American professional basketball player, and he's now going to be on the Trail Blazers. I mean, he played at Carlton J High School right there in Georgia, 5-star recruit at 17, but then he said, nah, man, I ain't going to college. I'm going to go to the G League Ignite. Graduating, made G League history because he became the youngest to play in it. What? That's what I'm talking about, baby. And then he was selected 3rd in the pick. Now, as far from a perfect prospect, he isn't a finished product yet, though, by a long stretch, because he has a lot of physical tools and abilities that he needs to get better, but also he's still a prodigy because the physical tools he has right now are pretty darn sharp, and he can take over the game whenever. I mean, even as a teenager, he was playing against grown men and flexing, seeing tickets to the gun show. I mean, this guy can work. I mean, right now the guy I'm playing against, LaMelo Ball, which I don't know if he's heard of that. But anyway, Scoot is rock solid. I'm telling you, this guy can do stuff. He's an explosive athlete. I mean, right now they're playing the NBA 2K, but this is stuff he can do in real life. Even he has broad shoulders, strong frame, and good above the rim ability. I mean, what more can you get from this guy? Now, he got all the good size and quickness to look at the high level in the NBA. And also, as a point guard, you got to be able to read a court, and he has great court recognition and definitely can get to the rim and absorb contact. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And also, he's a very creative finisher. He is best. He's best is when he's driving to the rim and he can score in the paint. And that's what you need. Again, a point guard that again can relay, get some assists, control the team. But then when need an easy bucket, he can go and get it. I mean, at Portland, Scoot basically is gonna do some work. I mean, he started off with a good head on his shoulders, but also a good head coach too with Chauncey Billups, who was also drafted 3rd in 1997. And also, let's talk about this. Scoot Brook. He has Billups as an assistant coach, which is great. Which is great. I mean, Chauncey Billups definitely can teach him some things. And we remember Chauncey on the Pistons. And what I love about it is that when you have a player's coach that can actually teach your young guys. And I can't wait. I mean, he also worked with Steph Curry, which is dope. I mean, that's why he got better again. But again, the consensus is that this guy is going to be one of the top players. I mean, he had a chance to go to college. He did. He had Ole Miss, looking at him, Florida State, Georgia Tech. But then he decided, nah, I don't want to go. I mean, he declined offers from Auburn and Georgia as well. But I mean, when you're this talented and can do well in the G League, I mean, why not? I mean, this guy literally is going to be one of those difference makers in the league. I mean, and let's talk about who we have in this draft. I mean, yes, Victor Wembanyama was the first one, which was absolutely dope. But then we got Brandon Miller from Alabama. Then the Thompson twins from Overtime Elite, Anthony Black from Arkansas. Then we got the man who's basically Victor Wembanyama's second-hand man, Bilal Coulibaly. I'm always gonna pronounce his name right. I'm sorry. My man Bilal. You're awesome. But then Giles Walker, Taylor Hendricks, and then Cason Wallace. I mean, I'm 13, Grady Dick from Kansas. I'm a Kansas fan. Can't wait to see how he's gonna do well. But this class is different to me. it's different because all these players, I think, really have a shot. Even in the second round, we got some ballers. I mean, look at Jordan Walsh. He's definitely going to do some work. And I mean, Jalen Wilson going to the Nets again, Kansas fan. We'll see how that goes. I mean, but definitely keep your eyes on Scoot Henderson. With his coaching staff and his ability, the sky's literally the limit. The sky's the limit, and I can't wait. All right, that was NBA 2K. We're gonna roll through this because we've been on it for a while. Next, right here is the FIBA story, and man, oh man, this one's a good one. This is the FIBA story and shots fired. Let's check it out. Now, right into it, when you put on this video, you're going to see, as early as I said, basketball is for everyone. No matter what you do, as long as you can play, it's cool. Welcome to the awesome world of deaf basketball. I'm not lying. Thank you. And I think it's nice to meet all y'all. Here's the thing. Picture this: in 1963, basketball fever was spreading like wildfire. And then the Deaf International Basketball Federation, the DIBF, started to come about. Now, it was the brilliant minds of the deaf sports community that came together and said, we need to have our own playground. And guess what? DIBF was born, okay? It is the Deaf International Basketball Federation. And yep, you heard and saw it right there. It's been around for quite a while. And since then, it's been kicking the game up a notch for deaf athletes around the globe. Now, there's like the MVPs of the deaf basketball world, making sure players get their shot at stardom. The DIBF might have started as a small hoop dream, but it grew and grew and grew into a massive slam dunk. And it's all about inclusivity. All right, make sure everyone come in. As you see right there, that was 3x3, and they're balling out. Now, they've been doing their thing, and boy, oh boy, they've been making some noise. From organizing epic competitions to fostering a spirit of unity, they've covered it all. The DIBF World Championships are where legends are born, and shout out to the USA doing their thing a couple weeks ago. Now, you guys got rocking the court like the USA and Lithuania that turned claim to the champions, and man, oh man, I love watching them play. Now, the ladies are also, they're doing their thing. But what I said about the championships, they really they balled out. And I actually, when I was in college, I actually played against a deaf college, and it's different. I admit it's different. But like I said, they're the champions there with our ladies. They've been doing a thing. The United States and Russia are fierce rivals when it comes to it, and they've been duking it out for the top spot. But Japan surprised everyone with a jaw-dropping victory in 2019. And what's so special about these championships, you ask? Well, it's not just about winning trophies, as you're planning to see. It's about celebrating the spirit of humanity. All right. Now, these players use sign language to connect and communicate on the court, turning into a universal language of teamwork and awesomeness, which is beautiful to watch. So whenever you see that those deaf players are soaring through the air with the ball, just think about the visionaries who founded the DIBF back in 1963. They created a hoop-tastic legacy that continues to inspire and bring joy of athletes and fans alike. I mean, right there in Greece, USA won the championship. And again, playing against these athletes, they're still athletes. Yes, they can't hear, but they have a feel for the game. They can still see that pass and have a great time. But I'm telling you, I'm going to say right now, it was very difficult playing against them because they're doing hand signs, and I think they're just calling plays. They're having full conversations right in front of you. Okay, I know. Say my name, VINCE, and I think this is T, but they were literally on the foul line, just basically saying, "Hey, go pick," and they do it. It's insane. Now it's time, to cheer them up and support these incredible athletes as they dribble, dunk, and dominate the court. And let's let you know, because in the world of DIBF basketball isn't just a game; it's a celebration of diversity, power of sports, and unite all of us in one big, joyful hoop family. Shout out to my people out there. I know that, and just make sure you put the subtitles so you can definitely know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be funny; I'm just being serious. Now. Thank you so much for participating. I can't wait to see some of those games. And there's some athletes, though. There's some athletes for sure. All right. Last segment of Shots Fired is the Worldwide Court. And man, oh man, I can't wait to go with this place because it's in the down under. So Worldwide Court of Shots Fired. Let's go. All right. We're on the way. And here it is. Let's play it. Hopefully, I don't offend anybody, but Australia's my favourite place to go. Good day, mate. Let's talk to you about Australian basketball there in the Down Under. Now, they came a long way since basketball in the early days of the 19th century. All right, they've been slamming, acting, and kicking it off since 1979. The National Basketball League, the NBL, was introduced, and boy, did it take off like kangaroos on steroids. The NBL brought a truckload of talent, including a top notch of international players, spicing up the competition like never before. Now, let's talk about their pride and joy about the Aussie men national team, better known as the Boomers, right there. And I love when they do their haka, which is awesome. These lads have been taking the world by storm, and they're not afraid to take the big guns regularly qualifying for the Olympics. I mean, in the FIBA World Cup and the FIBA20 Championships, crikey, they're always up for the challenge. I mean, come on, man. I mean, hold on to your emperors. I don't even know what is that? Hold on to your emperors. I don't know what that is. Cause the Boomers to get some riper moments, man. I mean, I think that's what's called a Akaruba. I had no idea what that was. I mean, that was insane. Again, if I know, I know. But I mean, they've been producing so many amazing basketball players, as you see right there with that beautiful give and go, and just dunking on everybody and just being dumb. Now, do you remember the 2000 Sydney Olympics? They nearly scored a medal, finishing in fourth place in their home country. And that's a huge achievement. I mean, they got the whole country hooting and hollering for their basketball heroes, which I gotta admit, my dream is to go to Australia. If you guys can ever get me out there, please, I'll roll my rate just to get out there. And let's not forget amazing Aussie women national team called the Opals. Now, these ladies have been slam dunking their way to success, nabbing medals at the Olympics, World Championships like nobody business. All right, the Opals have inspired young Aussie girls to dream big and take their basketball skills to new heights. Now, let's just shift our focus to the NBA. Now, there's a fair list of Aussie legends making a splash. Now, these women making a splash, but these men in the NBA have been doing their thing. I mean, shout out to right now. Amazing, and it's my bro, the NBA analyst, Corey, aka Homicide Williams. Right there. I see you, Corey. What's up? I gotta get you on the show. Now, let's meet this dream team from the Down Under. Starting off right there, Andrew Bogut, a center extraordinaire. Bogut was a top pick in 2005 NBA draft and even scored an NBA championship with the Golden State Warriors 2015. Then Patty Mills, known as the deadly three-point shooter, contagious energy, and Patty is a crucial player to San Antonio Spurs. I mean, he's helped clinch the NBA championship 2014. He's making a court sizzle ever since now in the Atlanta Hawks. And you can't forget about Ben Simmons, a first-round pick in 2016 in the NBA draft, and controversial star that has everyone talking since, but for good or bad, you know what I'm talking about. He is nice. And then Joe Ingles, sharp shooting forward with an eye for the hoop. Ingles have been wowing the crowd with three-pointers, and notably on the Utah Jazz. And also, let's get it for Aaron Baines, tough as nails center, and as a force we recommend, he's defended the paint since teams on the Spurs, Pistons, Celtics, and talk about an Aussie bulldozer. All right, Matthew Dellavedova. Delhi has heart. Hard-working point guard, played a major role in the Cleveland Cavaliers NBA championship in 2016. And then we have Dante Exum. With his lightning speed killer moves, Dante has known the world of Aussie basketball is all about. And he's back in the NBA this coming season after a spell in Europe, and he'll suit up for the Dallas Mavericks. Now, more recently, we could talk about some notables. You know, people, there's a, there's Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is rising star, especially defensive specialist, and also Matthias Thibault, and then the young guard, Dyson Daniels. I mean, these are legends of the game for their country, and they're proud to be Australian. And Aussie basketball has always been on the map, and now it's getting bigger. NBL is a league to be reckoned with. Again, historically, first out of country team to beat an NBA team during, I think it was an exhibition match, but hey, man. Woo! This is a good one. Bas, you took all my energy, baby. I got some things to do, but man, oh man. Shots fired always brings people to light. That's our goal, to spread the word of basketball. If it's, people who have disabilities, okay? It was people that just want to create charities, people who are trying to bring kids together, keep them off the streets. I mean, you got people like William Gates. I mean, this guy is not letting his quote-unquote disability hold him back from playing the game. You got the Deaf Basketball Association. So what? You can't hear. I can still ball. All right. And then you got people like Bas Rosendaal that, again, played pro, but then got back into it, becoming a commentator. We want to spread this, great family of basketball to everybody, but also show that there's more to come than just basketball. There's other things you can do. You could be in the social media content. You could be a manager. You could be a coach. You could be a sports commentator. But as long as you got bit by that bug of basketball, you're always a part of this family. All right. That was dope. We're going to have a quick pop-up show next Tuesday, the 25th. I'll be in Edmonton, Canada the next week, so definitely show up to FIBA 3x3. That tournament is going to be sick. And I'll be out there just being a media manager. Thank you all who watched the show, my people on YouTube, my people on Twitch, and my people on TikTok. I've been your man, Vince Chang, the Energy, and this right here was episode 21 of Shots Fired. I'll see you guys next week.